reconnected and free. Find new paths. This is your podcast space for deep life lessons and raw reflections from an open-end world journey and a soul-led life. Hosted by Maya. What is actually going on here? Yeah, we could totally talk about everything that's going on in this world, in this really, really fast world, and what that means for us. But today we will focus on the two of us. I want to ask you right in the beginning of this podcast episode, what is going on right now in your life? What are you facing right now? What are your challenges? What are you struggling with? What do you feel like this is holding you? This is getting your interest, or maybe it's also holding you back. So from time to time to do these reflections, to journal on these questions, to talk about it, and to not continue to suppress them is so important. So I also today want to share with you what is going on right now in my life and what is changing. Because 2025, a lot of things are changing for sure. And one thing, as you can see, that is right in the transitioning phase right now is this. Because, hey, for everyone who knows my podcast, why is she suddenly sitting at a beautiful place? Why can I suddenly also see her in her podcast and not just on Instagram? And what does that mean? Yeah, because many things are changing, many reasons for that, many learnings out of the lessons. And I'm so excited to share all of this with you today. Finally, because there's a long time that I've now waited to start this idea grow for some time now, but yeah, maybe I was afraid, maybe something inside of me was holding me back, unconscious also. I mean, I wanted to do this for some weeks now, but then my phone got broken. I hadn't have it for like a week. I got sunburned so badly that I had to take painkillers and weren't able to move or to sleep really properly for several days. And then I got food poisoning. But no more excuses, even though right there's a yoga shala and they're having a course right now. But we're getting this. We're doing this because life is not about waiting for the perfect moment, but to start right into it when it feels right. Right now it feels right, so we're starting right into it, even though maybe the surroundings, what's going on around me, isn't as perfect as we maybe wish for. But yeah, also, you don't need much to start or to do things like this. I mean, I'm just sitting somewhere at a nice accommodation that I booked to feel comfortable, actually. It was way cheaper than expected. And I just need my phone and my microphone. And thank you also to my beautiful boyfriend who made this setup for me, because these are the technical things I do sometimes struggle with, but wow, it's perfect. He even made some decoration, so well, I'm really grateful. Yeah, change. A lot of changes happening. I mean, these were just some physical things, some physical transformation I told you about with the sunburn, for example, and the food poisoning I'm going through. That is really challenging for me and my body, which is also showing me some topics to not be frustrated when not achieving something, when doing something valuable, but also to take rest. I'll get to that back later. As you can see, this episode is really just some real talk to also, yeah, explain what's going on, to give you some raw reflections and lessons. I think it's today more raw reflections, but I'm sure you can get something out of this for you and your life that will be helpful. So yeah, I'm just sitting here comfortably talking with you today. And yes, what I wanted to tell you is that these were just the physical things, that you will be to see, that I also shared on Instagram. This is like my favorite direct way to, in the moment, share with you what's going on, which challenges I'm facing, how I'm trying to handle these challenges, sometimes with more success and sometimes getting thrown back in old patterns. But this is it, and this is also it about this podcast, because we are all on our way, on our unique way. And yeah, we are all facing challenges from time to time, but we're still here. We're still trying, and sometimes we gave some things up, but we started other things. So it's about going on and on and on, and hopefully also to, from time to time, learn something, to change something for the better for ourselves. Because you know what? You're so valuable. You deserve the best. So you are allowed to look into yourself where you're sabotaging yourself and where you can still work on old patterns and belief systems, so you don't unconsciously again and again bring yourself in situations where you don't have the best, because you deserve the best. So yeah, here we are right now, and let me tell you something. The past few months have been the most challenging of my life. And believe me, my life was always challenging from an early age on. And this is not, I'm not telling you this to give me compassion or to have a certain opinion about myself, but I want to tell you this because it's important to know the background, why I can give you so much value, why I'm sharing all of this. It's not just that I just decided, okay, I'm just traveling and I'm just sharing what my everyday life is. Because it's so important that we go deeper, not just on the surface. Because right now, as a nerve community, as a society, we are suppressing of a lot of our feelings, a lot of stuff that is going wrong, and where we should have a look at, like in the micro and in the macrocosmos. So at ourselves, we suppress so much, we distract ourselves, which is so easy these days with social media and everything's so easily accessible. And to be honest, sometimes I get into that pattern too. I don't really want to feel anything, so I'm just scrolling through my phone or something. But it got way better, and this is like not often happening. And this brings so much more life quality. And when we work on ourselves and in our themes, then we can also, we directly influence other people, and also then to bring this all together, the society, and to change something in this world happening. Because everyone for sure can make a change. Yeah. And as you can see, everything is always changing. In my life, I faced many challenges, many things that changed, that I didn't know how to handle, that I for a long time handled not well, in the meaning of self-sabotage, of hurting myself, of getting stuck in places, of not liking myself. And I'm finding my way out of this. So yeah, I'm here to share everything that's happening and how we can together handle this, how I found my way through things to handle them in a healthier way. I wouldn't say better, but healthier way, because better is just always a perspective. But I think the way I found for me, and I'm still finding, is healthier. So I want to accompany you. I want to motivate you and inspire you on whatever path you are on. And you don't have to be on my path. You don't have to see me as a role model or anything. I do, believe me, I still have my topics. But maybe there's from time to time something that just gives you a new idea and to increase your life quality, makes your life maybe more healthier. In the end, it's you. It's you who needs to change some things, who needs to do the action steps. I'm just here to talk a bit to you, to sometimes make you more comfortable, to make you feel seen, because this is so important. But sometimes I'm also here to just point my finger on the wound and say, hey, in a lovely and gentle way, of course, look here. You can't continue ignoring this thing because it's hurting you, it's sabotaging you. This is where we need to look at. So it's a little gentle but strong push to help you to get into your own direction. So yeah, right now I'm honestly really challenged and excited because of this course. Maybe it wasn't the best idea to start this episode this course while they are more loud than I expected and to stay centered. But this is the start, and it's important to sometimes improvise it. The other thing that really makes me feel excited in a positive kind of way is filming this for you here, because it's something new. It's something I've never done in that kind of way. But to be honest, as not many people know, I've been in front of the camera for a long time. No, I was not in public, but since I'm a kid, we did a lot of videos of myself, and I also did a lot of videos from myself, and yeah. And I think it was good that I wasn't in public yet, but to still get used to cameras and to, get into that direction, because this is where my way is leading me. I feel like a bit like in an interview or something, and I'm so grateful for this. Great location here, and I really do want to share with you now why and what is changing in matter of the content I'm providing here for you. So as you can see, my podcast is changing. I made 50 episodes already on my podcast. I started it nearly a year ago, and I love it. Next to Instagram, it's like my favorite thing to communicate with you, to do this. And I think they are like separate, but also they flow together into each other, kind of. And the podcast, the first 50 episodes, was getting started, was talking on your microphone, was with some not solo episodes already. One with a friend and the other ones with my boyfriend that I think were really valuable. And the other episodes were just solo episodes of me talking, some shorter, some longer. But they had all in common that they were in German, because my mother language is German. But I felt for myself that this isn't what is needed and where my way is leading me. And yeah, especially now. I haven't even introduced myself. Wow. So, to keep this short, I think it's important to do to talk more about myself, maybe another podcast episode. But this is also something that is changing. It's not me-centered in my social medias, but it's about the value I can give, the community we're all of us building, the community you that you are listening to this, maybe watching this also, belong to. Because I want to build up a community for all of us, a safe place where we can grow, where we can all go our own way, but also support each other in our ways, our own unique ways, so that we all feel like, okay, I can go my own way, but also to maybe support each other, because we don't know everything yet, especially when our new way is unknown for us. when there are like many question marks about how can I and am I even able, so we can all support each other and help each other with our skills, with our learnings and so on. So I don't want to be too much centered into this, but of course I am present here. So that's why, and also to make a bigger impact and bigger change, I wanted, and I did already, switch the language of my content to English, because many German people that are still following me, it's like the majority of people are German, I think, that are following me right now that I'm filming this video. They are German and they can speak German, so they can also, most of them speak good English to understand this. So I'm not pushing you away, all you German speaking people, but I'm hugging you, sending you a lot of love, and I'm grateful that you can also understand the English, and that if you want to, you can of course stay here. I even got the feedback already that women followed me and she knew that I was German, and we texted in German, and she was at some point like, hey, you know what, it's so nice, I'm so grateful that you do English content, because I want to improve my English. And this shifted my whole perspective. Because of this feedback, I was like, hey, I'm not pushing German speaking people away. Some are even benefiting more out of this language switch. And I know my English isn't perfect. I'm still getting better and better every day with my new lifestyle, with also doing this English content for you. So yeah, I'm open to learn better English. At some point I just have to start to improve, because I know that I will go international, that I want and will influence many people in the sense of helping many people, and English is the international language to do that. And I don't just want to focus myself on one country for my keynotes, for who I'm working with, for my influence, but I'm choosing to go, and it was chosen for me to go international. This is just the beginning here, and I think this is just the only logical thing to do, even though it's challenging me. It makes me afraid. Yeah, it's a long way to go, but you know, it's important. It's so important, because this is where the real change happens, when we all truly start to connect again with each other, to start to speak the language of the other person, which is not just the language in the sense of English, German, French, or any other Italian, Spanish language, but also how to communicate with each other in a deeper kind of level, with what our body is telling us, with our emotions, with what resonates. I'm reading a book on that currently. It's so interesting that communication is way more than just speaking. And yeah, to keep that short, I also feel like this is the only way to go, because of my lifestyle, because, you know, as you know, I'm traveling the world and I'm getting in touch with so many people, and they wished to understand my content, and I wish to be deeper connected with them. So this is a nice platform for that too. So yes, this is why I'm choosing the English language from now on. And I'm so happy to welcome everyone new here. Some people already came in the past few days, and I'm so happy for that. Some English-speaking people. And yeah, to continue, I also wanted to make some changes while switching softly into English. I started a few days ago already. Maybe, yeah, a lot of days ago. And what is also a big change is this video here, because I think it's more nice when it's more visual, when you see like the rawness. Rawr. I have troubles with this word. With the rareness, rareness of this. Because, you know, even though I haven't cutted my podcast episodes in a long time now, because I feel like when you don't cut them, it's more authentic, it's more natural, it's not perfect, but it's like real life. Even though I did that with the voice episodes, I was like, but I do love video podcasts, to at least have the opportunity to watch video podcasts and also to give something different and to really see this is not cutted. Because as you can see, I'm talking and talking and talking. Sometimes I need a little moment to get back to myself and to what I wanted to tell you actually. But this is it. This is it. It's a way, I'd say. And something else that is also changing is I'm changing a bit of my social media too. So I'm really focusing on this podcast and on Instagram. Maybe I will do some YouTube. I don't want to make a big thing out of this because it pressures me. I have some content I want to cut and edit and upload. But right now, I feel like the focus should be on these two platforms, the podcast and Instagram. And yeah, to explain to you a little bit about every platform, kind of. But you can have the short version, I guess, in my Instagram highlights too. Yeah. So the podcast, reconnected and free, find new paths, is here to have like some real raw reflections, some deep talks, some learning, to take you with me on the way, to explain you in a longer way what is going on in my life, what I've learned from that, what is going on in the society, what I feel like in contact with other people, so that we can all profit from that you can take this with you for your self-discovery, for your self-development, personality development, and for your everyday life. And also, we are here in this together. So I love to hear from you too. And this is a great platform on Instagram, because there we can connect, there we can together build this beautiful supporting community from everyone being on their own way, which makes us all have something big in common. So it's you with your way, but also many other people that you can connect to, that you don't feel lost or lonely anymore. Because when I chose my own path, which wasn't easy at all, the many times I did that, and I wished for someone to be there, to maybe be one step in some things ahead of me, to help me, to take me with me, and to give me some advice, some learnings, what helped them, so that I can have it more easy. And also, this kind of personal is not just me. This person is also everyone else. So this is what this community is for, because I don't know everything, especially now. I still need my time to learn to go through these processes. But maybe some of you is somewhere more experienced, I'd say, than I am, for sure. For sure, other people have other things that they are more experienced in, and so we can all profit from each other. So Instagram is this community base, as I said. It's also giving you like some prompts to think about in the captions of my posts. Maybe sometimes when I'm on in the stories, I'm also showing like my everyday life. And this is when I can just, when I'm just having my phone and I'm like, hey, I've just learned this because I'm in this situation. It's like this direct contact that I love. It's also with DMs. I love to hear from you. I love to read your comments. I love to text with you in the DMs. This is so valuable. So thank you for everyone who's already doing this, and thank you for everyone who will do this. But take my account as a safe space. So if you just want to be there to listen, to just see what's going on, then that's totally fine too. So the stories are like these little moments I want to share with you. But as I said, also my everyday life. My everyday life means my travel life. Because, yeah, now I'm talking a bit about my life. I am, 23 years old now that I'm filming this video, and we are now on an open-end world travels. Me means my boyfriend and me. We are a couple for nearly 4.5 years now that I'm filming this. So a strong couple traveling the world together, going through all of these challenges from life and from the world travels together, which is also a challenge by itself to, be in a relationship, to find your own way and travel together, I think. But it's really good. It's really good. So there are like other lessons, other learnings I'm sharing with you too, in kind of that direction. And yeah, so we're traveling the world. Everyday life sometimes just means days of creating content, because this is my life. Days of making amazing trips, showing you the most beautiful places on earth, maybe sometimes showing you the fails, like the trash everywhere, when we got into something really touristy, or yeah, just sometimes the travel days, and to have like the behind the scenes kind of also on Instagram. And yeah, just taking you with me on this journey. And maybe sometimes, even when it will be in your country, maybe colder again, or not so sunny, to just send you some sunshine. Yeah. So what is special about our world travel is the open end thing, that we just decided to leave everything behind and that we started traveling. I think this could be an episode for itself. What makes you decide to make a radical change in your life, and how to continue with this if you have to do follow your one decision the whole time, or if you can just go back to something, and how it evolved for us to make this decision to just leave everything behind to travel the world, what open and world travel really means, in a good way, in a challenging way. And I think this is something we can all use also, as I said, for our everyday life. So I want to show you that this travel life and what I'm experiencing is not too far away from whatever your life is, probably. So yeah, I still have a lot of things to tell, from a typical, let's say, kinda 9 to 5 life, and also from this freedom here and the challenges here. So I think there's a lot to relate with. Yeah, but I think the travel episode is a separate episode. Yeah, what else is there to tell you? Yeah, maybe to give a little update. A little update about what has happened recently, travel-wise. So we started to travel again now over 1.5 months ago. Wow, already. Because before we had to interrupt our world travels for over a month in Germany, that I won't be talking about now here. This would be totally too much, actually. So we've been in Indonesia. We've been a month in Bali, which is so interesting, because people are like, "Wow, Bali is so amazing." Either they say it's so amazing, or they say it was so challenging, it was so healing. And I think for me it was kind of both, but it was a lot also about, it was not so special, actually. I thought it would be more special, but this is also the perspective how we are acting in every situation, and I was so focused on many things going wrong, So yeah, to just give a glimpse of that. And then now we are here in Lombok. We've been at the beach snorkeling. We've been in the mountains in a small village, which was so cute. And now we are like in this big city, Kuta. It's the first time for a long time now that we are in a city again, in a touristy city, also really touristy. So we nearly only see tourists. It has its advantages for sure too, like the vegan food. I'm so grateful for that. Yeah, but it's also haven't used the time here a lot because of a lot of challenges, not feeling so good, having challenges with my body too, like with the food poisoning, for example, having challenges with organizing the things. And yeah, so I'm getting into this vibe, and we are now at this point where it's important to decide, okay, how to continue. It's the transitioning again because our visa will expire soon. There's one thing I do want to do so badly here still in Indonesia, and we are currently organizing this. I'm filming this on a Friday, and we will probably fly to another island where this special thing is happening on Monday. And we have to organize like the transport, the flight, the accommodation at the next airport, the transport, the accommodation, the next flight, because we have to book another flight for leaving the country then. Also next week probably, or the week after, and then being in a new country, so whole new perspective again for sure. This will be so excited. So as you can see with that, there's also so much transitioning and change happening, but I'm grateful for that, and I think it's the right thing to do right now. Yeah, I feel excited. So yeah, I feel like for the moment, this is all the changing information that you need, like this, that I'm transitioning a lot. That is changed in my social media. It's just the outer world showing what changed inside of me, because since I'd say this whole process has changed in October last year, so 2024. We're going through the mindfulness project, which is a highly recommended, beautiful place for self-development, new perspective for Thai culture, Buddhism, natural building, the greatest community ever. I love this place. I could share so much about it, but this is like where my real change that I wished for a long time now has happened. It has never happened in a seminar, in a webinar, in expensive, like in-person workshops, several day workshops I attended in person in Europe. The real change has started there. So with the mindfulness project, creating a space for that to being held, to meeting someone there we traveled with, and she was so magical, our friend, that every day something new had happened, and we got a new perspective on how intense, how light, how bright life could be, how magical, how everything just, everything's just a mirror of our inside world, and this is how we are creating everything around us. So we changed a lot inside, and we had this magic. So it was just everything falling into our hands, and this is so important to know that this is possible. And yeah, this is like, and also seeing what's there, what's to work with, what's inside of me. And then a topic came up, and this showed itself even more in the upcoming weeks. I had like end of last year, one challenging, life-changing event, like something destiny-changing, kind of. And then at the beginning of this year, 2025, another thing. And then I also struggled with the with the sunburn now and with the food poisoning. So there's a lot of change happening that's slowly showing itself in the outer world also. So if you sometimes feel like you feel like more lost than ever, you feel like some weird symptoms you're having in this combination, and you have the feeling, okay, there's something, when you just let that be there, not suppress it anymore, then there's a transitioning happening. That's what I've learned. And yeah, so this is like the only logical consequence, that also I'm changing here this social media thing and everything. So yeah, I think that's it for the moment. That's it. I will for sure at some point talk more about my way, about how we can support, like we, the community, and you in your own path, what that also means. So we'll talk a lot about that. I will talk a lot about reconnection, how reconnection is like in direct relationship to finding your own path. I will also tell you more about the travels here, for sure, not as a focus, but as stories and something at a base, so we can refer to something, to not just give you like, okay, this is how the world works and this is what I've learned, this and this. It's like, okay, I'm sharing my perspective with you and how I've learned that, or how I'm still learning that, because this is the whole point of this, that we are all still on our way, no matter what age or what we already achieved, or how convinced we already were that this is it, we've experienced everything, we know everything. No, there's always something to learn. So I'm taking you with me on my path, on the path of life. So yeah, there will be many episodes about that and explaining several things. I think this was just like giving you a first episode of a video podcast of telling you what's going on, a little background already, but not to go deeper into it, because this is like my main thing, is an episode where we go really deep and deeper and deeper. So this was like a really surface, just to give you an all-around view. And yeah, so I'm happy that you're on this journey with me. I'm also so happy when we are connected. So when you share with me your thoughts, your feelings, your learnings in the comments here, wherever you're listening to this podcast on, or on Instagram, when we can chat with each other, where we can talk. And yeah, when you, as I said, follow me on Instagram to be part of this community and this journey. Other than that, I'm so happy that you are here, and yeah, there's so much more to come. You're so lucky that you're this early on this point of this journey in your life, and also joining me in my life, and we're doing this together. So yeah, I'm now sending you to the outro of this podcast, and I'm so happy to see you next time. So yeah, keep walking your path. That's it. You're such a unique, special being, and change is natural. Change is the most natural thing on earth. It's always happening around us and even within us. So when you're like in this changing, transitioning phase of your life, don't get too frustrated. You're right where you need to be, and we got this together. Thank you for being here. This podcast accompanies you through big changes, life's questions, and the beauty of finding your own way. If what touched your heart today, I'd love to read that in the comments. You want daily insights and travel life and direct learnings? Then make sure to follow me on Instagram. The links are, as always, in the show notes. Keep walking your path. Much love, yours Maya.